Hey, it's Malcolm from Rock This Town Records in beautiful Gilbert, Arizona. It is January of 2024 and the weather is fantastic. There's a lot going on here in the valley. And if you're ever in Phoenix, make sure you swing on by the store and say hello. Joining me today is one of our regulars. This is David, who not only has some exquisite taste, he just bought a Green Day record today, but he also is a video game player like myself. Obviously, he's new OG. I'm OG, whatever. Yeah. Exactly. And we're going to talk about some of the best video game soundtracks of all time. I don't know everything about everything. I know there's a lot of people that know everything about everything, especially on the internet. I get it. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of really smart people on the internet. I get it. However, today we're talking video games, and I figured I'd bring in David, who knows this stuff stone cold. I'm OG, like I said, so I can talk about Doom and Duke Nukem and Warcraft and Red Dead Redemption until the cows come home.
Well, we'll get a chance to talk about some of that stuff, but we got some of the newer stuff in here these days.
Yes.
This first up is one of my favorites, just from its, I don't know, it's you can't go wrong with Red Dead Redemption, and the House Building EP is such a unique one for a video game record because it's not your regular soundtrack, it's not GTA radio, it's the songs on the building the houses. It's such a unique record, but it's one of those it's still a very iconic musical track, and the fact it's on vinyl and it's on, let's see if it's on a, you can kind of see it there, it's on a gorgeous sky blue kind of color, and it is a gorgeous record.
And you couple this with the soundtrack, which has D'Angelo on it. It has Willie Nelson, Josh Homme from the Queens of the Stone Age, among others. It's fantastic. My favorite game of all time. Can't wait for Grand Theft Auto 6 so they can start on Red Dead Redemption 3. And I think they've already started on Red Dead Redemption 3 because, come on.
Well, the game we know they're not going to have a third one of, Minecraft. This is Minecraft Volume Alpha. This is the first pressing. The older one, it is a collection of the songs from the original from the original version of Minecraft back in the day. Minecraft is, well, maybe not the most creative soundtrack out there, I'll readily admit. You'd be hard pressed to find a soundtrack that doesn't have more playtime than this. Minecraft is one of the most sold games of all time. If it's up there, this and Tetris and GTA 5 are like the top 3 selling games of all time.
Yeah.
So this is probably one of the more. This is probably the soundtrack I have that has the most amount of listens out of any of them.
I would imagine. Yeah.
It's fun. It's cool. There's something really relaxing about the soundtrack that you just really can't get from anything else.
You're taking over for me. I love it.
I mean, I got it.
You gotta let me talk. Not this one. You gotta let me talk about the next one.
That I definitely will.
All right. Cool.
Next up here is Celeste. This is a wonderfully cute game. The soundtrack on it's really quite special. It's kind of similar to Minecraft in that kind of pixely, kind of very 2-bit kind of style. Mm-hmm. The game itself is a wonderfully challenging side-scrolling platformer with a really cool story and just gorgeous artwork. This one is one of the ones I actually know the least about. I found the vinyl and then found the game. And listening to the vinyl and everything is what got me to enjoy the game, and it's a wonderful soundtrack.
So I don't know anything about this game. Is this like a PC game on Steam or something?
No, it's Steam, PlayStation,
is it cross-platform?
Nintendo.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on everything. It's an older game by mid 2000s.
Right.
It's been out for a minute, but it is one of the most gorgeous soundtracks out there, and the game itself is just the
artwork looks amazing.
It's a wonderful mesh of a pretty game with a really fun gameplay mechanic, and it plays just so well.
Very nice. Oh! Speaking my language here, if you can get it out. Doom, Mick Gordon. Here, let me hold this.
Yes.
Beautiful. See, I'm an original OG, going back to the Pixel days and almost the pre-Wolfenstein, before Doom and Wolfenstein and stuff like that. But Doom, the original, made me gave me motion sickness. But then Doom 2, I got used to it. Boom. And rocked it, and this is obviously from the 2006, is it?
2016. This is the 2016 remake they did of Doom, which was a wonderful. It's one of, I think, in my personal opinion, one of the best remakes of all time. in regards to keeping the themes of the original, the gameplay of the original, but still modernizing it in a way that just I don't think you'll find any other game that does it as well, or with as good of a soundtrack. I am not a metal fan. Metal is one of the probably the thing I have the least of in my record collection at home, but this soundtrack just slaps in a way that is unlike anything else. And this is one of the earlier pressings. I don't think I've seen any other game soundtrack repress as much as this one has been. I see new pressing of this one probably every I feel like we've had a new pressing of it every year since 2020, I would say.
Probably, yeah.
And I don't think of any other game soundtrack that does that, and it still sells.
Is this the one on color vinyl too?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a gorgeous neon red. It is like blood red. It is gorgeous. It is.
Let's take a look.
It is so fun.
Beautiful.
Lovely satanic imagery on the label.
Right.
It's
Oh, Rip and Tear, that's the song that everybody's
that's the big
like,
one, yeah.
get you going if you're working out or something.
100%. It's a gorgeous record. I love it so much.
All right, cool. What you got? It seems like you got some box sets coming up now. So
yes, these are my box sets. I love these ones a lot. This here is the Dishonored box set. This one's really cool because it's a collection of the songs and soundtracks from Dishonored, from the original Dishonored, Dishonored 2, and Death of the Outsider. Basically, the entire soundtrack from all of those stuff. It's a Bethesda Arcane, gorgeous. My favorite disc on here, it's a 5-disc box set, is the 5th disc, which is actually a collection of tribute songs. So it's a lot of the more the stuff you would hear, stuff that was inspired by the game, stuff that was the bonus tracks from the original soundtrack, the extended version of the credit song from the first game. Just really cool, fun stuff that's just super unique. It's a gorgeous box set with a gorgeous color. It's a gorgeous design and everything, and it's fun.
what kind of game is Dishonored? I don't think I've ever played Dishonored. It's a console game, right?
Console, and I believe it's on PC too.
Oh, is it?
It's a really cool. The basic premise of the game is you play as a assassin trying to save the princess of this kind of fantasy steampunk world. It's very dark, very dreary at times. Definitely not for children, but it's a gorgeous game, wonderful storytelling, and
Is this on color vinyl?
Yes, each one is a different color. It's
nice.
very pretty.
Cool. What you got? Oh, I know this game.
Yep.
I played this game.
Next up is the classic Last of Us from Naughty Dog. This is the soundtrack from the first game. I have the soundtrack from the second game at home. Personally, I prefer the first one. This one's really cool because this pressing here was done by At the Movies, which they do so many really good
Music on Vinyl out of the Netherlands. They are a fantastic label. So if you ever get a chance to buy something from Music on Vinyl, go for it, because you're not going to be disappointed in the quality of everything, and especially the vinyl. The vinyl is going to sound spectacular.
Yep, I have several of their stuff at home, and it is always one of those, when I see it, it's one of those I gotta pick them up if it's something I know and I enjoy, because it's just, you don't get better quality out there.
I think we got the Abraham Lincoln soundtrack in the story. You want to? Can I talk you into that, buddy boy?
We'll see how we do at the end of this. Next up is another Naughty Dog game, Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection. This one's cool here. This is a box set of the first 3 Uncharted games. So it's basically selections from the first 3 games, running through it all. Drake's Fortune, Among Thieves, and Drake's Deception. It's just, the art on this is really gorgeous. This was done by I Am 8-Bit, a company I think they're out of San Diego, I want to say. They do a lot of really gorgeous video game vinyls. They're a really cool pressing house. They do really fun stuff. A lot of their stuff is just good. It's good quality, good pictures, good designs, all that fun stuff. But no, Uncharted is really cool.
I may be stepping on some toes here, but what is your favorite video game soundtrack of all time, and is it still to come?
It is still to come.
Oh, well, then never mind. I guess we shall move on then.
I'll save it.
All right, cool.
Next up is the Assassin's Creed Leap into History box set. This one's really cool. I am very much a fan of this one, just because...
David, you realize that people are probably watching this thinking, why is this guy in the video? Could just be you in the video.
I mean,
No, not that you're doing anything wrong. I'm just standing here.
Well, I mean, how many of these have I got here in the store? Like, you're the reason why I have most of these and why I've gotten back into this stuff. So,
Okay.
I gotta blame him for it's all of his fault is the reason why I'm here. So
No, and I appreciate you coming in because I don't know everything about everything, unfortunately. So.
I just know enough to talk very fast. But
Sorry, I stepped it on. Go ahead.
This is the Leap into History box set, so it's the Assassin's Creed had its 15th year anniversary. I think it was last year, I want to say. Last year, 2 years ago. And they did this really wonderful box set. It's a 5-disc box, if I remember correctly, but with selections from all of their games over the past 15 years. And the part that I find the most fun about it is that the way the tracks and the discs are ordered is not based off the chronology of the release, but the chronology of the game. So Assassin's Creed Origins, which takes place in ancient Egypt, comes first on it, and then the earlier games that are set in Rome, all the way up to the last one. The last disc is all the stuff from Assassin's Creed 3, which takes place during the American Civil War.
Oh, nice.
American Revolutionary War. I'm gonna get hit for that in the comments.
Is the Far Cry soundtracks any good?
They are fun. I don't know if they've actually had a pressing. I don't think I've seen a pressing.
I don't think so.
Ones.
I don't think I ever. Quick top 5 games of all time.
Top 5.
Start with number 5.
You're...
I'm going Madden, but I haven't played Madden in like 5 years. That's number 5. What about you?
I'm just gonna list the 5 Persona games, and that's gonna
5
be
Persona.
I'm horrible. I'm horrible at picking top.
Let's see. I'm going number 4. I'm going Left 4 Dead.
That's a good one.
And then I'm going probably Doom 2. And then, what am I forgetting? Oh, I love Tribes. If anybody remembers Tribes from like back in the late 90s, early 2000s, where you could ski around. It was kind of a first-person shooter, and it was really fun, and then Red Dead Redemption, as mentioned, so of course.
You can't go wrong.
All right, what do you got next? Undertale.
Yes.
The art on this looks amazing.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know who this reminds me of? It reminds me of, who's the company on, it was kind of a spin-off from LucasArts.
Oh,
Sam and Max Hit the Road.
wasn't that still? I think that was still LucasArts.
Yeah, but I think there was like a studio. I think there was a studio that like a couple of guys that were kind of singled out as the guys that were kind of winning that. Anyways, this reminds me of like, and then they did what was it, Grim Fandango.
Oh yes, Grim Fandango's gorgeous. I think there actually is a vinyl soundtrack of that one. I don't have it though, but I'm pretty sure I bet
you these guys were inspired by Sam and Max and Grim Fandango because it just kind of looks a little. Looks a little Simpson-y.
The art on the box definitely is. The art in the game is very
different. Turn it around. Check this out, man.
Yeah. The art in the game, for those of you that are not familiar with Undertale, it's a top-down kind of side-scroller RPG game. It's very, very popular with the younger generation, I would say. Honestly, that's where I know it from. I had a lot of friends back in high school who played this game. And
so you're telling me I have no concept of it? Is that what you're saying? I hear you.
I mean, I'll get home and I'll send you a nice 15-hour lore video to watch. You'll explain the whole game and you'll totally understand it.
All right, cool.
This game is very.
So the art maybe on the back isn't representative of the game. Is the art more representative because that looks a little more Japanese style on the front to me.
Yeah, no, the art in the game is all like pixel art, kind of 8-bit style. This is very much stylized art from all the different characters of the game, brought to life. And this one here is by Fangamer. This is one of their pressings. But yeah, no, this game is famous for having you can kind of choose how you want to play, and so it has a pacifist run where you have to make the whole game without fighting or without harming anybody.
That's
or the other version, which is I can't remember what they call it. There's a word for it, and again, the comments aren't getting me for it. For the version of it where it's just you have to kill everything.
The hack and slash.
And it is actually just as hard with how the game's designed. It's actually very well balanced, and it's a whole story thing.
That's cool.
If you like RPGs, and you like kind of that like older style, Earthbound style RPG, this is the game to go.
I was like a real-time simulation type of guy, more than our like Red Alert and Command and Conquer, games like that. StarCraft, Warcraft, Zug Zug, Dabu. I'm dating myself, not literally. All right.
Next
I'm
up,
thinking that this might be your favorite game of all time.
yes. Now I will readily admit this one is 100% my favorite game of all time. This is Persona 5 Royale. This is the Royale soundtrack. This is also an IM 8-bit pressing. Absolutely gorgeous.
Color vinyl?
It's color vinyl, which honestly, this is one of the few records I have that I honestly think the sleeve is prettier than the record.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful 3 LP where the really, really cool thing about this pressing is that each sleeve is gold foil with different designs on it. So you can actually, depending on which characters or which outfits from the game you want to see on the front of your record, you can slide a completely different, sleeve in for a completely different costume for to see the different characters or their outfits. It is such a This is both a amazing soundtrack and a really cool LP that's just very well designed. Like again, box sets are cool, but you don't get. I mean, how many records do you know that have a clear plastic on the front that you can change? You can change the cover of your record by just which sleeve you put in.
Right, that's cool.
It's a fun one and one of my favorite soundtracks of all time and one of my favorite games of all time.
Is it on Steam? I'm a
It is on
PC
Steam.
game
It is on
player
Steam.
more than anything, so.
It came out on Steam last year. You can get Persona 5. You can get Persona 3, 4, and 5 all on Steam. And the Persona 3 remake comes out
There you
next
go.
month.
I have my homework to do. I need to uninstall Left 4 Dead 2 and.
You'll need it for how big that game is.
It's like-
a chunky one.
How old? It's like Left 4 Dead 2 is like 15 years old now.
They don't make games like they used to when it comes to space, I'll readily say.
Yeah.
Which actually ties in great to our next game soundtrack, Cyberpunk 2077. Let's be honest, the game definitely released to some issues. However, the one thing that always worked, at least for me, was the music. And the soundtrack on this game is just absolutely incredible. You really don't, again, it was the perfect kind of amalgamation of, the sci-fi vibes, kind of a more cyberpunk genre, but GTA mixed in with the sci-fi vibes.
So where do we stand on Cyberpunk as of 2024? As you mentioned, there were some issues when it came out. I remember hearing all about them. I was watching the trailers. I was very intrigued, but in the end I passed. At this point, is it worth it to go? Have they quote unquote fixed it? Have they finished it?
I personally think so. They definitely have. At least in my opinion, with what I've played of it, I say they have. They fixed a lot of the major bug issues, a lot of that kind of stuff. The soundtrack is still amazing. They added this is a weird one because I would say the game really came back into the limelight about last year, I think it was last year, I want to say, when the anime they did on Netflix came out, set in the same world and everything.
Right.
And that really kind of brought it back into the limelight, and it's very, very rare do you ever see a movie or a show adaptation of a video game actually make the game look better. When was the last time you saw a video game movie that made the game look better in comparison?
Yeah, I never know.
Exactly. But no, it's a fun one.
Tomb Raider?
That's a different kind of look good. But yeah, no, this is really cool. The
Cybertruck? Lara Croft style?
And here I'm trying to plug the store. For those of you, if anyone did see the show and likes the show, the soundtrack from the show comes out on vinyl later this year. And if I remember,
is it the radio ones? Is that what you're referring to?
The radio ones as well come out later this year, but
okay.
Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Oh yeah, Edge Runners. Yeah.
Which definitely. I'm super excited for.
We have that up as pre-order on the site. Thank you, David. Wow, look at this guy.
It's a gorgeous yellow vinyl. I'm super excited for it. I have my pre-order here already. I will be picking that up the day it comes out. So I am excited for it.
Very nice. Well, I appreciate this, and it's fun. We actually, here's full disclosure, we actually shot this video without David, but he was in the store. I went through. It was horrible. It was horrible. I'm like, David, what'd you think? Was it not so good? And he's like,
there's some good moments in there.
He's like, should I burn it? And he's like, burn it. So thank you for stopping in and jumping on the camera here with me, and I feel like a third wheel. I feel like John Oates. So look forward to being sued here soon. The Hall & Oates battle rages on.
You were the one that told me to bring my favorite records, so it's not my fault I want to talk about them.
This one does look really super cool. I'm kind of jealous of this. So if I could pick one of these, here, let's hand them back to you. We'll put them back in. The Cyberpunk one is cool. I really love that box
The
set.
art on it is
I mean, the Assassin's Creed is nice, but you know, I need some juice on the artwork on the cover. This one, very cool. Yeah, so far I'm going with Undertale or Persona, probably Persona.
Yeah, it.
And then yeah, there you go. So that's my pick. Do you guys have a pick? If you want to leave a comment, you can. If you thought the video didn't suck, then thumbs up would always be appreciated. And if you like the channel, because we're a record store here in Phoenix, Arizona, and we're putting up new content quite a bit, and yeah, you can subscribe if you want. So thank you, sir.